This form is an example of how I've used Google Forms to differentiate instruction. This was an extra credit opportunity after the Vietnam War era unit that we did. So I used this to kind of tie together what we were learning about with pop culture from the time. So this is what the students saw when they opened up this form. So they could choose any of these songs to explore. And they all have to do with the Vietnam War era. So if they chose Blowin' in the Wind by Bob Dylan, they could select that and click Next. And when I used the Go To section based on answer function, it took them right to the page for the Blowin' in the Wind. So it has the credits there for the song. It has a YouTube video of the song where they could play it and listen to the song. And then it has the lyrics as well to the song. And then the credits for the lyrics as well. Then they answered a few questions about the song, and then they could submit their answers. So I'll show you now how to do the Go To section based on answer. So the first thing you would do is you would write the questions, and then you would add in the sections. And to add in a section, after you have entered in the questions, you would click on the double bars at the bottom of the menu, and that creates a new section here. So I did that for all of the different songs. So I added the section for Born in the USA. I added in all the things I needed in that section. So the YouTube clip, if you click here on Add Video on the side, you're able to do either a video search on YouTube, or you can search by the URL if you have the URL from YouTube as well. I put in the lyrics by using the text tool on this menu bar here. And then I entered in questions as well by clicking on the top plus icon on the menu bar here. And I added in, you can see here, I added in short answer questions. You could also use the paragraph section as well if you would like. So after I did that for all of the different songs that I provided them for, you can see I have a section for each song, and it's all in the same exact format there. After I did that, I went back up to the very first section, and this is the section that I just created for this. So I'll show you, you can also delete a section if you don't want it, so I'll do that for there. So I went back up to the original kind of landing page for when they click on the link for the form. And after you've done this, you can click on the question, and in the menu in the bottom right hand corner, you would click on Go To section based on answer. And since I have titled each of the sections what the song title is, it's going to be really easy for me to figure out what goes where. So you click on the menu, and it lists all of the different sections I have. So this is the very first section that they get to when they click on the link. And then these are all of the different sections that I added with those videos, the lyrics, and the questions. So if they click on Born in the USA, I would want them to go to section 2, which has the information for Born in the USA. Same thing for Blowin' in the Wind. When they click on Blowing in the Wind, I would want them to go to section 3, Blowin' in the Wind. So you do that for all of those, different sections that you have. Now you can also use this in a reteach, which I have also done, and I'll show you that as well. So this is an extra credit opportunity as well. I give them a reteach form after each of the unit tests. So if they didn't do so hot on them, they have a little bit of extra credit opportunity, but also gives me a chance to get them that information that they didn't get the first time. So here's an example here. Operation Overlord, also known as D-Day, took place in which country? So if they answer the question correctly, it will take them to the next question. However, if they answer it incorrectly, it will take them to the reteach, which is in section 14 in this form. So I do that for all of the different questions. So again, if they answer it correctly, they would go to the next section. If they answer it incorrectly, it will take them to the reteach form. So here is the first reteach here. For my first question. So if they answered it wrong, it took them here to the reteach form. And they would read a little bit more about D-Day, and then they would have to answer a question on it to ensure that they read this through and they now have this information. And if they answer the question correctly, the reteach form correctly, it will take them to the next section that they would need to complete. If they answered incorrectly, it just brings them back to this page so that they have to read it again, and then they would for sure get that information. So this is a nice way to, again, differentiate instruction so that they kind of choose their own adventure, and also for, a reteach opportunity for you to make sure that they have this information and that they get it. Another really important thing that I do when I use these is, like I showed, the adding a video. You can also add an image, which is what I did for this reteach form. This is from their book. And this add a new section and go to the page based on answer is really important.